What are some of your goals for the season?
So my goals for this season, obviously, as everyone, is to make lineup. I want to help wherever I can, even if it's on like one of my least favorite events, like beam. It's fine, whatever. But I just want to help and raise the team environment and like help boost each other up and just actually experience the college gymnastics and team vibe that I haven't had before.
How have you balanced gymnastics and training with school in your everyday life today?
So obviously coming here based on gymnastics, I've made it my whole priority, not like giving up academics. I go to my classes, obviously, I come to practice, and then like on the weekends, I'm also a judge, so I go and judge meets, and I've had to pick my meet schedule or my judging schedule around when we have meets, so I'm not traveling on a day, like 3 hours on a day we have a competition the next day. It's basically just being able to make money so I can afford to be here while also giving my body time to rest, while also training enough and also getting all my sport done. It's kind of chaotic, but that's how I like it.
Julia, who inspired you to pursue D1 gymnastics?
Well, both my coaches back home, Renee and Bev, had like told me that I was capable of doing D1 gymnastics, and there was mention of it when I was younger, but I didn't think anything of it. And then as I was taking a gap year, figuring out what I wanted to do, they just told me to start applying. And of course, I was like, no, I'm not good enough, so I didn't. And then after I went to the camp and Lindsay reached out to me, I was like, okay, so maybe I do have a chance. And they just kept hyping me up and telling me I was worth it and I had the ability to do it.
What is the biggest hurdle you've overcome to continue your process in gymnastics?
So I had a difficult, to say the least, coach. And going from training with that coach for 7 years to training with the coach I had after a 2-year break was completely different because my new coach cared about my well-being, my body, like doing gymnastics for me rather than doing it for their own, what would you call it? Pleasure and like their own image. Like I'm not boosting their image anymore, which was good. Doing it for me rather than not to make someone else mad.
How has training with the team compared to your training in the past years?
So for the past year, I was coaching full time and working full time. So I would train like maybe twice a week, 3 times a week if it was a good week, for like an hour and a half. And then I'd set up videos and record myself and hear like there's a whole team, there's people the same level as me, coaches all the time and training 20 plus hours a week. It's like completely flipped.